Let's do a deep dive on the band Widespread Panic.
Starting an AI deep dive on the band Widespread Panic for you.
Get ready to explore the legendary journey of Widespread Panic, the titans of the Southern jam band scene. We will dive into their unique blend of rock, blues, and jazz that has captivated fans for decades. Our journey begins in Athens, Georgia, in the mid-1980s, where John Bell and Michael Hauser first teamed up. They quickly expanded into a powerhouse sextet, becoming a cornerstone of the local music scene alongside bands like REM. Their sound was a gritty, soulful mix of southern rock and blues, built for long, improvisational live sets. What truly defines Widespread Panic is their mastery of the jam. Unlike standard rock bands, they rarely play a song the same way twice, often using complex transitions to bridge different tracks. This improvisational prowess requires an incredible level of musical telepathy between the members, allowing them to explore new sonic territories every night. The band's success is deeply rooted in their loyal community, affectionately known as Spreadheads. Following the tradition of the Grateful Dead, Widespread Panic encouraged fans to record their live performances. This culture of taping and trading shows helped their music spread globally long before the era of digital streaming, creating a massive, interconnected family of listeners. One of the most iconic moments in rock history occurred in April 1998, known as Panic in the Streets. To celebrate their album release, the band held a free outdoor concert in downtown Athens. Expecting a modest crowd, they were stunned when over 100,000 fans showed up, turning the city into one massive, peaceful celebration of music. The band faced a major turning point in 2002 with the passing of founding lead guitarist Michael Hauser. Despite this profound loss, the band chose to persevere, eventually welcoming Jimmy Herring to the lineup. This transition marked a new chapter, proving their resilience and commitment to their craft as they continue to sell out venues and headline major festivals today. While they are icons of the jam band world, it is a mistake to think their music lacks structure. Their improvisations are actually anchored by very disciplined songwriting and a deep understanding of blues and jazz theory. The jam is a deliberate extension of the song's emotional core, not just filler. Now that you have a foundation in the history of Widespread Panic, you can explore their specific musical techniques or their impact on the broader music industry. These questions will help you navigate the next steps of your learning journey. Explore how Michael Hauser's unique lingering lead guitar style became the sonic foundation of Widespread Panic. We will examine the technical nuances of his playing and its profound impact on the band's improvisational identity. Michael Hauser's signature style, often called the lingering lead, was characterized by a seamless stream of notes that seemed to never end. Unlike guitarists who use sharp attacks or frequent pauses, Hauser utilized a volume pedal and specific phrasing to create a smooth, melodic wash. This approach allowed his guitar to function more like a woodwind instrument, providing a constant harmonic texture for the band. A critical component of the lingering lead was Hauser's masterful use of the volume pedal. By striking a string with the volume down and then swelling it up, he eliminated the percussive click of the pick. This technique gave his solos a vocal quality, allowing the music to breathe and evolve organically within the band's dense arrangements. Because Hauser's playing was so fluid and constant, it created a unique space for the rest of Widespread Panic. Instead of competing for the spotlight, his lingering leads acted as a melodic glue, anchoring the rhythm section, while providing a launchpad for John Bell's vocals and Dave School's aggressive bass lines. This collective approach to improvisation became the hallmark of the band's early live performances. Hauser's style was instrumental in moving Widespread Panic beyond simple blues rock into the realm of complex, long-form jams. By maintaining a constant melodic presence, he helped the band sustain tension over extended periods, a key element of the Panic groove. This ability to hold a musical thought for minutes at a time became a defining characteristic of the Southern jam band scene in the 1990s. Even after his passing in 2002, Michael Hauser's lingering lead remains the DNA of Widespread Panic sound. His refusal to follow standard soloing conventions encouraged a generation of guitarists to prioritize texture and atmosphere over technical shredding. Today, his influence is seen in the way modern jam bands approach collective improvisation and sonic layering. While Hauser did use effects, the lingering lead was more about his physical approach to the instrument. He focused on note selection and the elimination of silence between phrases. It was his unique way of singing through the guitar that created that iconic, non-stop sound. To further explore the world of Widespread Panic and improvisational music, consider these areas of study. These questions will help you connect Hauser's technical skills to the broader cultural movement of the jam band scene. Explore the unique sonic architecture of Widespread Panic, where the bass guitar takes a melodic lead to balance Michael Hauser's atmospheric guitar work. We will examine how Dave Schools and Michael Hauser redefined the traditional roles of rhythm and lead. Dave Schools pioneered a lead bass style that moves beyond simple timekeeping. By utilizing a 6-string bass and heavy distortion, he occupies a massive frequency range that allows him to engage in melodic dialogues with the guitar. This approach provides a dense harmonic foundation while simultaneously acting as a second lead voice. Michael Hauser, known as Panic's lead guitarist, developed a style centered on continuous, cascading notes that seem to linger in the air. He rarely used a wah pedal in the traditional sense, instead favoring a volume pedal to create swelling, ambient textures. This created a wall of sound that was more about atmosphere and momentum than distinct staccato riffs. The magic happens in the counterpoint between Schools and Hauser. Because Hauser's leads were often high-pitched and ethereal, Schools would climb into the mid-range to meet him. This created a dual lead dynamic where the bass provided the rhythmic drive while simultaneously challenging the guitar's melodic dominance, filling the sonic gaps Hauser left behind. While both musicians explored melodic frontiers, Schools never abandoned his duty to the groove. His lead bass style is unique because it maintains a heavy, percussive thump even while playing complex melodies. This allowed Hauser the freedom to stay in his lingering state for extended periods without the song losing its structural integrity or danceable rhythm. Technically, this partnership worked because they occupied different frequency pockets. Hauser's tone was often thin and piercing, cutting through the mix, while School's distorted bass was thick and growling. By carefully managing their EQ and volume, they created a massive, unified sound that felt much larger than a standard 4-piece rock band. It is a common mistake to think Dave Schools was simply trying to be a second guitarist. In reality, his lead style is about counter melody and filling frequency gaps. He provides the glue that connects the drums to Hauser's soaring guitar, ensuring the music remains heavy and grounded even during peak improvisation. To further explore the unique dynamics of Widespread Panic and the evolution of jam band improvisation, consider these areas of study. We will explore how Todd Nance's unique drumming style acted as the rhythmic glue for Widespread Panic. We will specifically analyze how his pocket supported the melodic conversations between bassist Dave Schools and guitarist Michael Hauser. Todd Nance was often described as the engine room of Widespread Panic, providing a remarkably steady and reliable beat. Unlike many jam band drummers who favor busy fills, Nance focused on a deep, repetitive pocket. This stability was essential because it provided a fixed point of reference for the other musicians to orbit around. Dave Schools is known for a lead bass style, often playing melodic lines and heavy distortions that could easily derail a song's timing. Nance's role was to lock his kick drum into Schools' phrasing, creating a massive low-end wall. This partnership ensured that even when Schools wandered into experimental territory, the rhythmic one was never lost. Michael Hauser's guitar style was characterized by a continuous, cascading stream of notes and heavy use of the volume pedal. Nance understood that Hauser needed a predictable canvas to paint these long, melodic arcs. By maintaining a consistent shuffle or straight 4-beat, Nance allowed Hauser's melodies to float effortlessly over the rhythm. The interplay was essentially a triangle. Nance held the center, while Schools and Hauser engaged in a melodic dialogue. Because Nance didn't compete for the melodic spotlight, Schools could act as a second lead instrument. This created the band's signature wall of sound, where rhythm and melody became a singular, powerful force. While Nance was steady, he was not static. He used subtle variations in hi-hat tension and cymbal crashes to cue transitions. These cues were vital for Schools and Hauser to know when to peak or when to dissolve into a spacey bridge. His ability to lead the band through complex improvisational shifts without overplaying was his greatest technical contribution. It is a common mistake to view Nance's steady approach as a lack of technical skill. In reality, maintaining that level of consistency while two other musicians improvise wildly requires immense discipline and internal timing. His restraint was the very thing that allowed the Schools-Hauser interplay to become legendary. To further explore this musical relationship, you might look into specific live performances or the technical gear that define their sound. These questions will help you analyze the nuances of their improvisational chemistry. We are going to break down the unique shuffle feel that defines the Widespread Panic sound. We will focus specifically on the interplay between Dave Schools and Michael Hauser in classics like Driving Song and Chilly Water. At its core, the shuffle is a rhythmic subdivision based on triplets rather than even eighth notes. In the context of Widespread Panic, this creates a swinging, locomotive momentum that feels both heavy and fluid. This rhythmic foundation allows the band to transition seamlessly between blues rock and improvisational jazz fusion textures. Dave Schools does not just provide the low end, he acts as a second lead instrument. By using a massive, overdriven tone, he fills the sonic space usually reserved for rhythm guitar. In songs like Chilly Water, his bass lines provide the aggressive push that forces the shuffle to feel urgent and powerful. Michael Hauser, known as Mikey, had a singular approach to the shuffle. Instead of traditional staccato blues licks, he used a volume pedal to swell into notes, creating a seamless stream of melody. This lingering style allowed his guitar lines to float over the heavy shuffle provided by Schools and the drums, creating a unique tension and release. In Driving Song, we see the technical relationship at its most subtle. Schools plays a melodic, walking bass line that outlines the chord changes, while Hauser provides a counter melody. They don't just play on the beat, they play around it, creating a pocket that feels like a conversation between two distinct voices. Chilly Water demonstrates how the duo uses the shuffle to build intensity. Schools increases his attack and distortion, while Hauser accelerates his signature machine gun picking style. This synchronization allows the band to maintain the shuffle's swing even at high velocities, leading to the explosive peaks the band is famous for. While it may sound freeform, the band's improvisation is actually very disciplined. The shuffle beat acts as a constant North Star. Even when Schools and Hauser are exploring distant melodic territories, they are always referencing that underlying triplet pulse to ensure the song never loses its groove. To further explore this unique musical chemistry, you might consider looking into the specific equipment used or the influence of other blues rock pioneers. Explore the harmonic and rhythmic interplay of Dave Schools' bass lines within the Mixolydian mode. We will examine how his technical approach anchors the shuffle feel and complements Michael Hauser's melodic style. The Mixolydian mode is the fifth mode of the major scale and is a staple in jam band music. It is characterized by a major triad and a minor seventh, which provides a dominant feel without necessarily resolving to the tonic. Dave Schools utilizes this mode to create a sense of constant forward motion, bridging the gap between blues and rock. In a shuffle song, the eighth notes are swung, meaning the first note of the pair is longer than the second. Schools often emphasizes the push of the shuffle by playing slightly behind or ahead of the beat to create tension. This rhythmic elasticity is crucial for the pocket that allows the rest of the band to improvise freely. The relationship between Schools and lead guitarist Michael Hauser was symbiotic. While Hauser often employed a lead rhythm style with heavy use of a volume pedal, Schools would fill the sonic space with melodic bass runs. By staying within the Mixolydian framework, Schools provided a stable harmonic floor that allowed Hauser's lingering, ethereal notes to soar. To keep the Mixolydian lines from sounding repetitive, Schools frequently employs chromatic passing tones. These are notes outside the scale used to lead into a chord tone, typically the root or the fifth. This technique adds a sophisticated, jazzy edge to the shuffle, making the bass line feel like a living, breathing melody. Because the Mixolydian mode corresponds to the dominant seventh chord, Schools often centers his riffs around the chord tones 1, 3, 5, and B7. In a shuffle, he might emphasize the flat seventh to highlight the bluesy tension before returning to the root. This creates a cyclical, harmonic feel that is perfect for the extended jams characteristic of widespread panic. It is a common mistake to think of modes only as starting points. In practice, Dave Schools treats the Mixolydian mode as its own tonal center. This means the home note is the root of the mode, not the root of the parent major scale, which fundamentally changes the harmonic resolution of the song. To further master these concepts, you can explore the specific gear that shaped the sound, or dive deeper into the theory of other modes used in jam band improvisations. We are diving into the intricate bass work of Dave Schools on the classic track Chilly Water. We will explore how his unique style anchors the band while driving their signature improvisational energy. In Chilly Water, Dave Schools demonstrates his lead bass philosophy, where the bass is not just a timekeeper but a primary melodic voice. He uses a 6-string bass to access a massive range, allowing him to play deep grooves and high-register counter melodies simultaneously. This approach creates a dense sonic wall that defines the widespread Panic sound. The relationship between Schools and guitarist Michael Hauser is central to Chilly Water. While Hauser provides a steady, percussive, lingering lead style, Schools often plays around the beat, creating a push and pull dynamic. This rhythmic interplay allows the song to feel both grounded and dangerously close to spiraling into chaos, a hallmark of their live performances. Throughout Chilly Water, Schools uses volume and effects to signal shifts in the song's intensity. During the verses, his lines are often staccato and punchy, but as the song moves toward the Chilly Water peaks, he introduces fuzz and envelope filters. These tonal changes act as a roadmap for the rest of the band, dictating when to explode into the chorus. Because Widespread Panic features both a drummer and a percussionist, Schools must play with a highly percussive attack to be heard. In Chilly Water, he often uses slap techniques and aggressive fingerstyle playing to emphasize the one of each measure. This ensures that the low end remains distinct and driving, even when the percussion section is at its most complex. In the extended jam sections of Chilly Water, Schools acts as the harmonic anchor. He often stays on a pedal point or a recurring riff, which gives Hauser and the keyboardist the freedom to explore dissonant or outside scales. By maintaining this solid foundation, Schools allows the improvisation to reach high levels of complexity without losing the song's core identity. It is a common mistake to think the bass just sits back during a jam. In Chilly Water, Dave Schools is constantly listening and responding to Michael Hauser, often throwing out melodic questions that the guitar then answers. This active participation is what makes their chemistry so unique and the song so dynamic. To further explore the world of improvisational bass and the specific chemistry of Widespread Panic, consider these areas of study.